Well, it's September 13th, 2014. It got down in the 30s last night, so tried a little squirrel hunting. Didn't pan out. All I saw was deer. So I decided to put on my hunting clothes and see if I could shoot my bow, which I don't think I hit any articles of clothing that affected it too bad, but it was kind of affecting on how I shot though, for mobility. So I'll have to remember that when I'm in the tree when it gets cold. So I'll probably shoot a little bit more and call it a day. Today I'm going to talk about arrows. I had a request on how I get my arrows to stick, or my heads to stick to my arrows. I use what's called Ferrite. It's just a type of hot glue. It works great. I love it. Since I use cedar shafts, I have to glue my tips on, but it's pretty simple. You just heat the glue up, put a little dab on your arrow, and there it is. Get my glue heated up here. And just like that. Broadhead. But then I keep my, since it's a 2-blade with 2 bleeders, technically it's a 4-blade. Since I use that, I usually keep the 2 big blades horizontal, parallel with the ground. So I'll look down it a few times. And that's it. There's my broadhead. And I got a little excess glue. I'll go in and kind of scrape that stuff off, make sure they're balanced, which it's not gonna, my bow don't shoot fast enough and I don't shoot far enough to really affect it too much, but I like to make it look a little cleaner, so I'll do that. But there it is, cedar shaft with a Zwickey broadhead, ready to kill deer. Well, I got my broadhead sharp. Now I just need to get all my clothes and gear together and I'll be ready for the bow season. I'll talk a little bit about my hit list for the year. My main property that I'll be hunting, I've kind of narrowed it down to 3 bucks. The one that's on the top of the list is a buck that I call the Big 9. I've been hunting that deer. This will be season number 4, and so he's at least 6.5 years old. He's dropped at least 20 inches since last year. I think he might be battling EHD or did battle it. So score wise, he's not going to be very good. It actually took me all summer to figure out which deer it was until after he got hard-horned. So he's on the top of the list. The second deer would be the buck that I call Patches. He's another older deer. He's got some white patches on his right shoulder, so he's pretty easy to identify. There is another smaller buck that looks like him, but the white patches on his shoulder and his body size will give it away too. But in the heat of the moment, you kind of have to look at those things just to make sure. But I can't remember how old he is because I saw him when he was a yearling. Still had he had the white patches. They were a lot more pronounced than they are now. But he's never ever scored very good. He's real short. Got, I don't know, decent main beams, but just short tines. So he's on the number 2 on the list because I know the deer. He was kind of a bully last year. Broke one of his main beams off, so he's right up there at the top of the list. Then the third deer is a buck that I only got a couple pictures of in velvet. He just kind of cruised through, but he's probably the best scoring deer of all the deer that were on the property that looked old. or older. He's nice, real nice 10-pointer with a split G2. Well, at least a kicker, a good kicker. I've never had a real good picture of the split yet, but coming out of the back, so he'll be easy to identify. I think I'm gonna probably call him Crackle, because I've got 3 10-pointers on the property. Then I want to call him Snap, Crackle, and Pop. So I got a 2.5-year-old 10 that's got shorter G2s than his 3s. He's going to be Snap, and then the one that'll be after this year is Crackle. He's probably in the 150s, and then Pop he looks either a big 2.5-year-old or a good 3.5-year-old deer. So we'll just have to see how that shapes out. So that's my hit list, and October is right around the corner, so game on.